Hello, are we here?
I think we're here.
Oh, you always push that button silently, and I don't know.
I mean, we just got to get focused. We got to get here. How's everybody doing?
We're both wearing some sort of like tannish.
Yeah, we're kind of matching.
Yeah,
I feel like sometimes we do. Sometimes we're just on the same brain vibe, you know?
Exactly.
Guys, we're using a little bit of different audio equipment. Not a big deal, but just like tell me if something weird happens. Also because we're going to be playing an interview we did with Stokes Mitchell, our good friend Stokes.
Oh, wow. You just told the people.
Oh, it's in the headline.
Oh, it is, I guess. Yes, that was the surprise. That was the exciting thing that was happening.
Yes, it's true. So if you can't hear something, just let us know in the comments.
Just let us know. We're doing something very different.
Kaylee's here. Vinny's here. Hi, Vinny. Christian. Taylor endorsement. Who cheered? I cheered. Audio is flawless as always. Thank you.
A great day.
Juan is here. Jeanette is here. Everybody's here.
Everybody's here. Everybody loves Stokes Mitchell.
I mean, understandably.
All right.
Isaac, high father figures. Palmer, did you ever figure out what Sabrina was saying in Bad Chem? I did. I figured it out.
What is she saying? I've never learned.
Like pick me up, put me down, throw me around, blah, blah, blah.
I can get on board with
that kind of thing.
I love that.
Mama Steele is here. Hello.
All right.
I just want to say personal thank you, Palmer, to finally beating the Gaga hater allegations and fighting for her in your last bracket video. I mean, Bad Romance is it.
Yeah, usually I'm the one that's really fighting for Gaga.
Right, but Bad Romance is it. Hi, Matt P. Taylor should do a concert with Kamala. Absolutely. Taylor waited until the right moment. It was perfect. Oh, hi, Miss Steele.
And there were some people, I mean, we'll talk about it, but.
Not Matt Stone. His name's Matt Steele, guys. You've been here a while.
You can call me Matt Stone because I'm tough and strong.
Hi, Angelica Pickles here. I actually did get the place. I used some patience and a better unit opened up.
Oh, you did? Oh, I love
so
Angelica Pickles.
Congratulations. Is there something in there about a thick accent? Yes, in the pre-chorus there is. This wave, excited to see you both. We're excited to see you. Did y'all see Trump's response to her endorsement on Truth Social? I did.
Insane. What a crazy person.
I mean, I just, in a moment before this, saw the Trump thing, so I'm not reacting in any way. LOL, Palmer has unrealistic standard for good pop songs. Intelligible lyrics. Steele, I'm sorry. It's fine. He's okay with that. Stone will do.
Matt Palmer loves songs where you can't understand the lyrics.
What songs?
Lots of songs.
Not true. I always understand the lyrics to those songs is the thing. I like songs where you can't understand the lyrics. That's the difference.
Something about that mixing in the 90s was a little rough sometimes.
I disagree with you. I disagree
when
with you.
Those snaps are real loud, when that drum beat is just real loud, can't hear those lyrics.
Elon's response was disgusting too. Yes, we'll
he's
talk about
a fucking loser.
I mean, he's the worst person. Guys, I'm trying for a new job this week. Wish me luck. Good luck.
Break a leg. You got
break
this.
A leg. You got this. Yeah, it's lagging. It'll get better in a second. Just be patient. Oh, guys, how are we feeling? How are we doing?
Do you anyone hear that like tick tick ticking sound or like
no
that we heard a couple weeks ago?
No, I think that was because of that. See
that's
see how that's broken.
Oh, very cute.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
I hate Taylor Swift will now be in history. Do you think I should tweet out, I hate Reputation? No, I don't hate Reputation.
I don't think you should.
No, Evermore. That's a different song.
Oh, Jesus. Can't understand the lyrics. Every Mariah song, that's not true. Maybe Charm Bracelet era, but come on. That was one era. I understand. Listen to Emancipation. Listen to her first album through Daydream. You're going to hear every word.
Oh, the early Mariah is we're
People have literally said, like, people who are not English first language people are like, I learned English because of Mariah Carey. So no, that's wrong.
I mean, she had to she had to appeal. We were doing adult contemporary here. We had to enunciate when it was early Mariah.
Absolutely.
We almost becoming a Swiftie because Trump is
Hello. That's the thing.
That's how we create unity.
Absolutely. She's brought us all together.
It's a big tent, a big coalition.
Yes. And Taylor's at the top of the tent.
I know.
She let that tent out last night.
I know. I just love how like she just posted a picture of her and a cat. And I was like, why is it her and a cat? Where is this going? And then at the end it was like, oh. Then
it all came together. She's an artist where you know everything's going to come together. Absolutely.
Juan.
Uh-oh, I didn't even see that.
He said, I'm about to fly to Springfield to finally get my cat ate. Iconic.
Charm Bracelet, Me, I Am Mariah were her.
I understand every lyric of Me, I Am Mariah.
We are Me, I Am Mariah truthers.
I hear the lyrics more in Charm Bracelet than I hear them in Glitter.
You are so wrong about Glitter, and I can't keep having this fight with you. You're just wrong about it, and that's fine.
Sorry.
Maybe you need to get new headphones, need to get new ears, because it's wrong.
Mariah was very Whitney, like in her pronunciation, the first few albums.
Absolutely.
I learned English watching Degrassi, and now I say sorry like a Canadian. I love that.
Funny.
To be fair, I think my hearing is closer to dog ears frequency, so the inability to understand Mariah is more on me.
Oh, there you go. That's fair. I mean, that means you're hearing those notes, though. You're hearing the whistle.
You're hearing the whistles. You're not hearing the low frequencies.
No. Mariah's whisper era was difficult. It was difficult for all of us, but we made it through.
But what a style.
And that's the thing. And you wouldn't get through the rain. Oh, Ambria.
Thank you, Ambria.
Thank you so much. You wouldn't get through the rain without Charm Bracelet, so I think it's worth that.
Yeah, exactly.
Tis the damn season.
Listen, Tis the Damn Season is great.
It is great.
I will say, Tis the Damn Season, Marjorie, think are great songs.
Yes.
I
understood plenty in Glitter. Yes. Get them, Tyler.
Plenty of nothing.
The fact that I can't have this argument again. I'm going to be strong.
I truly hear nothing.
I learned something from the Kamala debate in which she killed her opponent. I learned that I should not be taking the bait.
All right.
I've got to go above. And this, like, you can't hear the glitter thing, that's bait. I'm rising above.
Will there be any chance Taylor proves y'all wrong on Reputation TV? I
Unless
would love
she changes all the songs so that she writes new songs.
It's not all the songs. She's like, let's drop Gorgeous. Let's drop Endgame.
Yes.
You know.
We survived the heat wave, and it really feels like fall now. Those evening breezes are crisp.
I know. I walked outside in my tank top, and I was like, ooh.
I know. That's the thing.
Chilly.
It's a little chilly out there. God, I hated the whisper era. JD told her to get back to singing according to him. Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's a good question. Which lyrics would you get as a tattoo? I mean, I wouldn't get a tattoo of lyrics. I'm not a tattoo guy, but I'd probably do something from outside.
Do you have is it Apple Music or Spotify?
Spotify.
Yes, Spotify. Though I hear the sound quality on Apple Music is better.
I've heard good things.
But
hi.
Palmer looked like he was ready to fight Steele. Well,
I'm just not.
He was too scared to actually do it.
I'm just not engaging with this kind of rhetoric.
Okay.
So I'm flying above all the haters, like Candy said.
Sounds like a coward to me.
Yeah, does
Maybe you should stand up for your queen.
I have stood up for her enough, and you cannot continue to bait me. I will not be baited. I will not be baited.
And listen, Matt Palmer doesn't fight. You would just see the live stream shut down. All audio would be turned off, and he'd be like, "We're not doing this," and he'll walk away.
Could you imagine if I got so mad that I just turned it all off?
You would all feel it. You would all know.
That'd be iconic.
Yeah, Matt Palmer would feel it through. You would feel Matt Palmer's rage through the screen.
What are we feeling about "It's Okay, I'm Okay" by Tate McRae? Do we have a video coming up? Well, the video is actually on our Patreon right now. If you go to patreon.com/2gaymats.
Yeah, we did a reaction to it.
Eusexua, you guys. Eusexua. That's the new FKA Twigs.
Do we have enough email my heart questions?
For you.
I don't. I think maybe we have one.
Okay.
But we do have a whole interview segment.
We do have a whole segment we don't usually have.
We're not in need of more content for this podcast.
It's true. Did you guys feel the earthquake the other day? I didn't feel it.
I felt it.
Did you?
I felt it.
No, I did not feel it.
And I realized, because I have like picture frames above my bed, and that's like a moment where I looked up and I realized maybe those shouldn't be there.
Know, I do too, and mine are really big, but they're so pretty.
But they're so pretty. It looks so cute. I have a cute little like round thing above my bed.
It's hard to think of not having them, but maybe that's right. Maybe that's the way. I don't know.
Hold on, let me see if there's emails.
Okay. I'm so comfortable in the skin and I'm secure about who I am. That was peak RHOA. Oh, RHOA, what a moment. By the way, the Haitians eating cats and dog stuff was funny, but then it got real serious. Matt, did you read about Dawn Richard stewing Diddy? I did read about that. Good for her. You know, I'm very Danity Kane forward, so I'm proud of her for standing up for Cassie and all other victims of Diddy's abuse. Oh, guys, can you believe we have an interview?
We're doing actual podcasting.
I know, this is what people do.
And it's so funny because people like ask us all the time, like, do you have guests? Do you have guests? And we're always like, no,
really.
This is about us. This is about us and everything. But when Brian Stokes Mitchell, when we get the opportunity to have Brian Stokes Mitchell, a Broadway legend, on the podcast, we're not going to say no. We're going to be like,
no,
okay.
That's the thing. And we're going to be very prepared for the interview.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it, but thank God the tech worked because the thing we were using broke before this podcast.
Oh, that would have been a disaster.
Could you imagine?
I would have cried
if he saw us off our game like that.
I know. But like we would have been felt so vulnerable.
Oh my gosh, he would have been kind. He's a very kind.
Oh my god,
person.
the nicest person.
But I would have felt terrible.
We have a email that was one of Christian's emails that we put on the back burner was an email my heart, but it's about the DNC.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little behind.
Yeah.
He just asked what our favorite parts of the DNC were. All of them.
I loved Michelle's. I mean, it was Michelle's speech.
It was a great 4 days.
Kamala's speech for me.
Like I loved just all the states
the states.
All the states just doing their own thing. For the roll call was so good and so creative and so fun.
Right. Is that Mariah medley by Palmer still uploaded? I can't find it. Yeah, it's Matt Palmer #1 to Infinity. You'll find it.
Are we? Because you edited the interview a little bit.
It's about 27 minutes.
Oh, we love.
I know, we love. We did some editing.
We did some editing. Yeah, we were on there for like 45 minutes.
45 minutes. Yeah, and I might upload the full version onto Patreon. But have not yet. So that's the goal.
If you want the juicy,
you really
answers,
want the juice.
Go to Patreon.
You get the juice in the interview, but yes, it is. What a time. Also, someone said I look like Phaedra. I don't see it, but I also don't look like Kim Zolciak, which is a white woman. Don't look like that. So, but you never know.
You could have her eyes.
I could have her eyes. What's the next listening party going to be? I don't know. Well, we just did Lemonade. We just had a watch party for Lemonade.
We might do
not live though.
Oh, that wouldn't be live
for the Nelly Furtado.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
No. Yes, we might be. Looks like we're going to be reacting to the Nelly Furtado new album. I think it's just called 7.
Because I mean that's exciting. We're excited for that.
We're excited for that.
Yeah,
and we are talking with Universal Music Canada about that.
we will. We're doing further discussions.
Yes, there will be further discussions to see if it's going to happen.
Yeah,
so we'll see. It's unfair that Michelle and Barack can give speeches like that. Like
they're so great.
Them being your parents, and you come home with like a B- on your English paper. And
I know. Let's sit down and we'll explain why this is a problem.
Right,
exactly. Sasha.
I know. Sasha and Malia better be kicking ass.
I know.
One of them's at least out of college now. One of them's making short films and shit.
Yeah. Malia, I think, is the filmmaker. Did she go to NYU?
I don't know. It would make sense.
I know. Barron Trump goes to NYU now. Yeah. Everybody wants to go to NYU.
I mean, NYU. We were there. People just want to go where the two gay
We
Mats
were there
went,
when it all began.
No, we didn't go where they began. My God, we're not that old.
We were the OG graduating class of NYU.
Mariah walked the Great Wall of China. I want to go to China one day. That would be amazing. And yes, she did.
She walked the whole thing. I can't stand her, but I love to see you guys react, make fun of Katie.
We're not going to do that.
Oh,
just so y'all know, we're off Katie this era. Her performance at the VMAs was good, but the Dr. Luke stuff just makes it not fun, And we did a dip in with Women's World.
We did a dip in. We want her to succeed
in certain situations.
When she's not working with Dr. Luke, it's like not a Dr. Luke situation.
Right. So that's not going to happen. I just got back from the Cher Show musical in Long Beach. It was fabulous. Oh, cool.
Oh, fun.
Are y'all thinking about doing another live show? Yes, I need to email the venue, but I would love to do something around Christmas time.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. Malia Obama went to Harvard. Oh, makes sense. We didn't go there.
No.
That's too bad.
Nah, we did not go to Harvard.
No.
You can't major in recorded music at
Harvard.
Harvard.
Can you major in musical theater? I guess you probably could, right?
No. They don't have a musical. They don't have an undergraduate drama program, I don't think.
Really?
They only have a graduate drama. My ex-boyfriend went to their graduate drama program.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Who we wish the best.
Of course, yes.
That was not said with malice.
Right.
Matthew, I'm here, but I have a cold. Oh, it's my brother.
Hi, Michael.
Oh, my brother's finally here. What do you have to tell me? I mean, you just be here and watch the interview.
If you're going to bed, if he's cold and needs to sleep, go to sleep. Listen to this tomorrow.
My brother has 27 minutes to watch me talk to Brian Stokes.
But we're not opening with the interview.
That's true.
And we haven't even started the podcast. Go to bed, Michael. Listen on your podcast app tomorrow.
Kicking my brother out.
Not kicking out, but if he's sleepy, he's not doing well, he's sickly. I don't want him to get sick on the live stream.
He needs to suck it up and get over it.
Not Juan asking how his future brother-in-law is doing up there.
Yeah, Michael, meet Juan.
Yeah. How do all Katie's songs this era sound the same when I didn't think they could get any worse than the first single? I mean, I guess they haven't gotten worse, but it certainly hasn't improved. I would say the Woman's World is the worst of the singles I've heard.
Oh, have you listened to all of them?
I have.
Oh, I haven't listened to any of them.
I think Lifetime.
I was going to listen to the whole album.
No. Oh, by yourself.
By myself. By myself in a dark room, feeling bad.
Right.
Being like, no, I shouldn't support this guy.
I think Lifetimes is like solid, but just kind of forgettable. I'm his, he's mine is fine.
Okay.
None of it. No, there's no teenage dream.
Okay.
Popping off of this album so far, but
Gaga's the last big pop girl album left.
This year?
It's not happening this year, baby. Michael, just stay on with me. The whole chat's gonna be my brother and my mom. My brother's being like, "Ma, I want to go," and my mom being like, "Michael, don't abandon your brother. Michael, stop trying to grow apart."
Oh my God.
We always have that. My mom will always just like tell me and Michael. She'll just be like, please promise me that neither of you will grow apart. And so sometimes I'll just. My mom will ask how we're doing, and I'll just be like, "Michael's growing apart."
I love that
and my mom gets mad.
Michael
wants to grow apart.
Like if you're going to work with a girl's producer, she should at least make sure the song is good. She really took a bullet for a flop. That's Woman's World made me not want to listen to any of the others. The others are not as bad. Favorite Super Bowl halftime. Beyonce's was incredible.
They're all fine. They're all good. I don't know. They're all nice shows. I'm happy everyone's having a good time.
I'm trying to think. There's one that really is head and shoulders.
I think people were too hard on that Rihanna one. I thought the Rihanna one was cool.
One was fun. I agree. I like that. Flow in November. Lana, I don't know when. Are we out of albums to look forward to this year? Maybe. Met Katy Perry in 2013 inaugural ball. Obama. She wasn't kind, mindful, or demure. However, Firework is one of my favorite songs. Oh no, I'm so sad she wasn't kind to you.
Well, to quote Lady Gaga, yeah, she's really mean.
Palmer's sneeze is petite and cute. Why did I expect him to sneeze like a bear? Why would I sneeze like a bear? Why would you sneeze
like a bear?
I don't know. I think I have a normal sneeze. Usual sneeze. Oh, hey, Effie.
Hello, Effie. I feel like you've been here recently, Effie. Speaking of pop girls that ain't doing it for me, they need to stop making fetch happen with Tate McRae.
No, we'll talk about it, and Ty couldn't disagree with you more. The song is pretty good and actually very good. The music video is everything. It's everything.
I mean, not to spoil our review.
By giving me moments.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, we'll talk.
Oh, okay. Falou, how are you?
Hasn't been here. Hello, it's beautiful.
Falou, how have you been?
Prince and Madonna had great halftimes.
They did, yeah.
That's true. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I can't think of another halftime. Beyonce's was great.
I mean, Janet's was pretty memorable.
The thing is, it was very good up until that moment, but it also was there were other people before her, Yeah.
Matthew, I need to grow apart. I'm hacking all over myself. Thank you, Matt Palmer, for supporting my health. Good night, everyone, even Juan and Mommy.
Good night.
All right, well, good night, Michael.
Tomorrow's the anniversary of the Butterfly album. Happy anniversary, Butterfly. And won't forget Katie saying Mariah is good for a throwback. Now the same can be said about her. Absolutely. Gaga, no. Oh my God, no. I know she's mean. Those texts are great.
Incredible. Yeah, she's really mean. I love it. Wait, pause. How did Jeff get mod status before me?
Hey, Jeff's takes are out of pocket, but I must tell you, he's the most professional mod one could ask for. He takes the role very seriously to a point where I'm like, girl, it's fine. Yeah. A wonderful mod. Bruno Mars always delivers. Absolutely. His was great.
His was very good.
Oh, what a talent. And
he's
so
great.
Early on in his career, did he do that?
Yeah.
I love it.
Have you guys ever heard Ali X? I've been dying to hear your opinions of the latest album released earlier this year. Girl with No Face, big ally like Gaga, classically trained indie pop.
I've heard of her. I've not really listened to her music before.
You guys don't need to react it on the channel or anything, but please, please, please listen to and then watch Eusexua.
I think that's the FKA Twigs moment.
Okay.
Album visual, probably.
All right.
I wish Janet could have done the halftime by herself. I do too.
I wish people felt confident enough to do halftimes by themselves. Sometimes when there's guest, I'm kind of just let it just be me.
Yeah, but a lot of times they're not giving it up. They're being told, you're one of the several performers here.
Sure.
But yeah, sometimes it's the Katy Perry Super Bowl, Missy will just pop out. And it's okay, I guess.
Yeah.
I get it, but do we need it?
If the 2 Gay Mats were to do the Super Bowl halftime show, the only guest we would have, would be Brian Stokes Mitchell.
and Mariah, if she was available.
And if she's available,
She's available. She wanted to do it. Bruno and Gaga's song is so good. What is this Eusexual people keep talking about? It's the new FKA Twigs album, I'm pretty sure.
Is she the one that she's I don't care about albums?
No, that is I forget her name. Pink Pantheress.
Pink Pantheress.
FKA Twigs was the one that used to date Shia LaBeouf.
Ooh. Okay.
Bad ending. No, bad. Jeff can continue having the takes that I disagree with the most because he is one of our best mods. A mod of the year. I thought Usher had a good amount of guests. He didn't have that many, right? It was like Lil Jon.
I still haven't seen Usher.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's good.
I've been reading some Robin Dembroff, an LGBTQ philosopher, and I recommend everyone read them.
Do we feel sorry for Lil Wayne's sadness about never being asked to do the Super Bowl? I mean, a lot of people haven't been asked to do the Super Bowl. And I get it, like it's in New Orleans, so maybe he felt like, oh, this makes sense. I'm a New Orleans artist. But it's also like, I don't know. I feel like it being Kendrick was not a perceived slight against Young Money, like against Drake and, in turn, Lil Wayne and Nicki. And I'm like, I think we're doing a lot there. He had a giant song this year and performs his ass off every time he's on television. So it makes sense that he's going to be doing the halftime, right? Like, I don't think it was like an anti-Lil Wayne move to have him do it.
I didn't know Lil Wayne was from New Orleans.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh my goodness. I mean, should we
just go?
We might need to get started just because there's a lot to get over.
Yeah.
Lot to go over this week.
It's a busy time.
It's a busy
time for us.
Okay, so
all right.
You got me over there?
Yeah. Get you over here. All right. Guys, it's going to be a podcast, like a professional, polished podcast with a guest.
An actual guest. That we're interviewing. That doesn't happen often.
Beyond just like when your Alexia, whatever, starts going by accident at times. And you have to yell out at it live on the podcast.
We don't do it often, but that's the thing. When Brian Stokes Mitchell reaches out and says, hey, are you guys available to do an interview? The answer automatically for the two of us specifically is yes.
When you get the opportunity to interview a Broadway legend,
you say yes.
You say yes. Thank you very much. I will be here at this time looking as good as I possibly can with questions prepared.
And we did it.
And
it wasn't a fucking flop.
No, it wasn't. We had a fun time.
Right. Because it's like, I didn't know, like, did we have the ability? Are we the Katie Courics of this era?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Watch out, Katie Couric.
Watch out, Katie.
We're coming for your job.
I don't know that we are. Okay, let me do an ad.
Okay.
News up. Some of you will see the ad. Some of you will not.
Everybody got the ad?
I don't know. Some of you will.
The lucky ones will.
Yes, if you're super lucky, you're going to get an advertisement.
Okay.
I feel like his friends hyped him up and disappoint him, and now they're mad that they won't get to be a special guest. Ooh. New Orleans got final say, and they were fine with Kendrick. I saw Kendrick perform in his last tour, and he was incredible. I see why B loves collaborating with him. Why do you think Katy Perry is having this hate campaign on social media, Dr. Luke? And the songs being bad? Okay.
Okay, you got it. You got it.
Trying to be clear. We only have so much time.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to start? Do you want me to start?
I guess I'll start.
Yeah, start.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another Two Gay Mats, the podcast. It is Matt Steele.
And it's Matt Palmer.
And it's been a busy week of work for us.
It really
A lot of fun.
Yes.
A lot of work. A lot of joy. A lot of happiness. A lot of making new friends.
Yes, new friends. Are we going to go for friends with Brian Stokes Mitchell?
I'll say so. He told us, like, at the interview, he was like, oh, call me Stokes. Because I guess that's, the name all of his friends call him. Yes. And I was like, are we really there yet?
He said we were.
I don't know. I remember one time. It reminded me of a time back in the Facebook days of 2012.
Uh-oh.
Back when I was making fun little videos, and I did a fun video of me dancing to Turkey Lurkey Time with all the original steps.
As one does.
Going crazy in my bedroom and like injuring myself. And someone posted that YouTube video like on their wall, and someone I guess was Facebook friends with Donna McKechnie, and tagged Donna McKechnie. Was like, Donna, have you seen this? And Donna McKechnie commented, who, if for those of you who don't know, danced to the original Turkey Lurkey Time in Promises on Broadway in 1969.
Right.
And she just commented, she just went, great moves. And I was like, oh my God, a Broadway legend. And just like commented and saying she liked my video, liked my dancing. And so I just commented, thank you so much, Donna. I really appreciate it. And my brother was just like, did you really just refer to her as done? And I'm like, wait, was that bad? Was that rude? And he's like, it's just a little ballsy.
It's familiar. And so when you see a Broadway legend on your screen, he's like, hey, call me Stokes.
It's like, I don't know if I can.
It's like, babe, we're not bros. I love you so much.
But we are bros now.
I guess we are now.
We broed out in the interview, as you'll hear.
You will hear. And so, so that happened last Thursday that Matt Steele came over to my house around noon, and we got on the horn with Brian Stokes Mitchell. We had a great conversation with him. You'll be seeing about 27 minutes of that conversation soon into this podcast, but I think I'm going to put up the entire 45-minute version of that conversation on Patreon. So go to patreon.com/2gaymats if you want to be the first to see the full unedited interview with Brian Stokes Mitchell. But wow, oh wow, what a moment.
What a moment.
Yes, Matt Steele.
I know. What else did we do this week?
How else was your week? Your weekend?
I did other fun things.
Yeah.
I did some stuff around the apartment. I went to Venice Beach today, and I guess I missed a spot on my sunblock application process because look at my shoulder.
It's a little red.
It looks a little redder in this lighting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely have a little bit of a tan mark.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a tan mark. I don't have tan marks. I have red marks.
Yes.
Because I am a little ginger boy, and we don't have those things called tans.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm in a couple hours. This will probably hurt a little bit, but I'm just on cloud nine because of the wonderful week that I have had.
That's the thing.
I'm not going to be thinking about
Stokes is still going to love you.
Stokes is still going to love me even with burnt up shoulders.
Yeah, sunburn and all.
And when I got skin cancer in about 5 years, I'll be in that hospital bed. Stokes will come visit me.
No, we're not going to get
He'll sing the impossible dream to me.
You'll keep your eye on all of your sunburns and go to the dermatologist. If they see anything, they'll get it out early. All will be well.
They'll get it out. They'll scoop it out.
Scoop it out.
Like an ice cream scooper.
It happens.
It happens. What did you do this week?
What did I do? I guess on Friday we had some people over. My friends Joe and Tim, and also Natalia and Eric came over. We had a little bit of a game night. We played a game called Unicorn something that I didn't do very well in, but it was very fun.
Okay, we unicorn something very fun.
Unicorn something very fun. And then Saturday, I went over to the West Side to hang out with one of Jackson's former roommates, or not roommates, she lived in the same apartment complex. Mm-hmm. And so we had a bit of a lunch to celebrate Jackson's birthday because he's kind of taken on the Matt Palmer method of we're having a whole week to celebrate my birthday all across town. And so we went to the West Side to celebrate with Judy, and that was very fun. And then that evening, we were back home just kind of having a chill night. And it had come up in the past 2 days that I had never seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding. And so
You'd never seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
I hadn't. It's funny.
It's great.
It's really good. I was really invested.
Academy Award nominee for Best Original Screenplay.
As it should be. I was very, very into that. So good job, Nia. And to, John Corbett of United States of Terror and I guess Sex and the City fame. But he was great as well.
Also, Joey Fatone, great job.
I didn't even know Joey was in it.
Andrea Martin, great job.
Yes.
Lanny Kazan, great job. Everyone.
Everyone does a great job in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. It's a great film, and so that was exciting. And then today, we went over to our friends Corey and Zach's place. They were having a bit of a afternoon brunch lunch situation.
As homosexuals do.
Yes, they were the two that got married, not married.
As married homosexuals do.
Exactly.
They host brunches at their own place.
They were doing that for years before they were married. But yes, it was great to be there, and they are doing well, and we saw other friends. And so it was just a fun, lively weekend of hanging out with friends and people, and now we're here together, the two of us. Just the two of us.
I mean, we're never going to not be together.
After the Stokes thing, we're going to be together forever.
Even I could be dead from skin cancer.
No, you won't be.
And you'll be like, well, time for me to go too.
No, none of that's going to happen.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for being optimistic about my future.
Yes, it's good to be optimistic. You're going to do great. You're going to live a long time.
I will say I haven't had a sunburn in probably a decade.
Yeah,
a long time.
You're very good in the sun, actually. For someone with very sensitive skin, I don't feel like you're always dealing with a sunburn.
Well, it's because I rarely go out in the sun.
Well, that'll do it. That's the way to
stay inside, kids. Stay inside.
And so another thing that has us on cloud nine is last week we saw a debate.
Yeah.
From Miss Kamala Harris and some other guy. And when I say she wiped the floor with him.
It was great.
It was like, this is the first.
I mean, he kind of also wiped the floor with himself at times. Where it's dude, you're doing this to yourself.
It just was like half of it was like, she's clearly needling you, like when she's talking about the crowd sizes, and you really could have let it go, but he is incapable of that. And so he just talked himself into a stupor. It just was like, I did not watch the first debate. And so the fact that this is the only debate that I have experienced this election season makes me really happy. This is what I'm just like, I assume we all have watched the same things. And what we're seeing is Kamala being presidential, being strong and forthright and clear, and seeing Donald Trump turn every question into one of 3 canned answers he had. It was like walking by someone, like a mad person ranting on the street is what he came across as to me.
Well, and not even all canned answers, because who knew that the dog and cat thing was going to be in any can. I feel like we were reaching out of the can here.
I think even there were some MAGA folks out there who were like,
girl,
no.
Oh my God. And then when they were talking about like the health like insurance plan and everything, he's like, well, I don't have a plan. I have concepts of a plan, but we don't have a plan yet. And it's like,
I know.
Oh girl, like
it was like we imagined what it would be like to see them both on a debate stage. And I think it was that and more. It really was like, I'm so excited. And I saw that the numbers were huge, like 66 million people, I think, watched the debate. And they really got to see the stark contrast between these 2 candidates. And of course, it's up to everyone to vote for however they want to. But to me, the choice seemed very clear. She seemed so solid up there. I just was so impressed, absolutely. And it also was clear to me, and I think this was confirmed after the fact, it seemed like Hillary had given her some pointers on like, this is what you need to do, not do. These are things that he's going to react to. Mm-hmm. Whoever was involved in the debate prep for Kamala Harris, give him a raise.
Good work. Give him a raise.
Give them a spot in the administration, because man, oh man, she knocked it out of the park. I was thrilled.
All right. And then what happened afterwards was also very exciting. Especially because this week leading up to it, people were just like, when's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? Is it going to happen? And I was always confident that it would happen.
Yes.
But the fact that it happened right after the debate was great timing.
The moment the debate was over, I was on cloud 9 already. I opened up my Instagram to a new picture of Taylor Swift hugging a cat. And she gives us many paragraphs, beginning with, like many of you, I watched the debate tonight. If you haven't already, now is a great time to do your research on the issues at hand and the stances these candidates take on the topics that matter to you most. As a voter, I make sure to watch and read everything I can about the proposed policies and plans for this country. She goes on to talk about the AI of her, quote unquote, endorsing Donald Trump. And she was like, I can only respond with the truth. And the truth is, I will be casting my vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz in the 2024 presidential election. I'm voting for Kamala Harris because she fights for the rights and causes I believe need a warrior to champion them. She talks about how she standing up for LGBTQ plus rights, IVF, and a woman's right to her own body. And those are the issues she cares about the most. And the most iconic part of this post is the sign off. With love and hope, Taylor Swift, childless cat lady.
Iconic, because the entire time you're just like, why the fuck is there a picture of her with a cat for this post? Where is this going? And then you see the end and it's just like, oh, standing ovation. Of course.
Truly, like post... what would we say? Post 1989, I've been a little hit or miss with Taylor's music, not in a mean way. I think she has incredible moments of brilliance, but like I'm not like 100% always on board with every album she puts out, which I think is fair. I read this and I'm like, get me a damn friendship bracelet. I'm a fucking Swiftie. I don't know what's come over me, but I'm like, yes, 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 and yes. Like 10 out of 10, no notes. I loved every word of that statement, and it clearly was done with the Harris team involved. The timing is not a coincidence. The fact that the Harris Walls store updated with those Harris Walls wristbands, the friendship bracelets. Not a coincidence.
I know, and there were some people online who were just like, oh, the reason why she did it now is because she was feeling like the pressure that we were putting on her online. It's like, no. Like this was totally like calculated and planned, like the timing right after the debate when everyone's talking about it, it'll get the most traction, and then releasing the Taylor Swift style friendship bracelets by the Harris Walls campaign. Like it is so beautifully timed, so smart, and things are going well, and I am just doing cartwheels and going down the shore, which is something I never do. I'm doing things I never thought I would do.
Are we calling it down the shore in Los Angeles?
Yes, I'm from Jersey. We call it down the shore wherever it is.
Jersey.
But we're always in Jersey in our hearts, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
All right, just had to double check on that. And luckily, men on the right, Trump included, have lost their minds over this endorsement. Did you see Trump campaign has released a knockoff Eras Tour t-shirt? I hope he gets sued. He also then tweeted on his Truth Social today in all caps, I hate Taylor Swift, ! Just wild stuff.
Insane. Like, are we 12?
I know.
Like, and did you see Flava Flav tweeted, I love Taylor Swift.
I loved it.
Iconic.
I loved it. An icon. And then also Elon Musk, who's in Trump's pocket, said, "Fine, Taylor, you win. I will give you a child and guard your cats with my life." Which is like, you are revolting.
What is this? What does this even mean? Like, what are you even trying to mean by this?
I have no idea what he was even going for, but it's just like, you could not come across as more creepy. This woman is telling you one of my main issues is like a woman's right to her own body, and you want to give her a child. Like, disgusting. Like, the bile in my stomach that comes up reading these kind of quotes. So as much as I love the fact that they're losing their minds, it's just like, you guys are so disgusting. You make my stomach turn, and I hope that you are as upset about this as you can ever be, because everything's going the right direction. I think things are going to go well this November, and let them get as mad as they want, because they will just, spiral into stupors over stupors. That's all they've been doing. And Taylor, you fucking killed that fucking comment. You killed that post.
Killed it. No Everyone notes. Register, check the registration, do what they need to do.
Yes. Vote. As soon as possible, check your registration. Be sure to vote. An update from another one of our faves, Miss Beyonce Knowles. She had, firstly, Cowboy Carter got 0 CMA nominations, which I'm like, guys, if you want to be seen as not racist, like, truly, just like from of course, I'm going to go with the assumption that you are racist, because it seems from what we've heard of the chicks and how Beyonce was treated when she performed at the CMAs, that you probably are as an institution. But just from an optics standpoint, Cowboy Carter is one of the biggest country albums, country influenced, Americana, whatever you want to call it, albums of the year. Texas Hold'em, bona fide country hit.
Yeah.
To overlook her in this way is so ridiculous. It really just sucks the legitimacy out of the institution, if it ever had any. So CMAs, you can all go fuck yourselves.
It's so weird. And what's so annoying is the people who are just like, well, it's not real country. I hate the phrase. I hate that fans of anything try to say is well, this isn't real such and such. This isn't real this. It's right. What are you talking about? What is real? How is this not real country just because it has influences from various other different things in it? It's as an album, it's okay, if you want to classify it maybe as more Americana, maybe, but there's country within Americana.
Exactly.
It all the sort of mushes together, as the album tells us. Genres are an interesting thing. Things can blend together, and you're out of your mind if you don't think that there's any country in this.
Yes.
Jesus God.
And it's so if you're saying that it has to be country and only country, are you going to tell me that I'm pretty sure Post Malone got nominated for some of these? I'm sure his collaboration with Morgan Wallen got some nominations. Has Sam Hunt, who very famously has hip hop influences and beats in his music, has he never been nominated for a CMA? Are the rules only for when someone is not white and straight? Is that when the rules come into play? And honestly, a man, because you don't even play women. Country music doesn't, the country radio at least does not play women at this point. So I just don't know who they're trying to fool, what game they're playing. Cowboy Carter is everything, and it's your loss to not nominate her. But I have to say, Beyonce also had an interview with GQ because she's launching this whiskey, wants to reach a lot of men, I guess. And we have a quote here about the visuals.
Take a deep breath.
I gotta take a deep breath. I feel like we, as a podcast, are half Beyonce visuals watch, and I've got to keep everybody updated. I thought it was important that during a time where all we see is visuals, that the world can focus on the voice. The music is so rich in history and instrumentation, it takes months to digest, research, and understand. The music needed space to breathe on its own. Keep that in mind.
Okay.
Sometimes a visual can be a distraction from the quality of the voice and the music. The years of hard work and detail put into an album takes over 4 years. The music is enough. The fans from all over the world became the visual. We all got the visual on tour. We then got more visuals from my film. There are 2 ways to read this.
Okay. Let's hear both of those
ways to read this.
Okay.
The glass half empty way to read this is there are no visuals and none are coming for either Renaissance or Cowboy Carter. That's not what was said.
That's not what was said.
That's not what was said.
No.
She says it takes months to digest, research, and understand the music because it's so rich, and that the music needed space to breathe.
2 years worth of space.
So we're in the space now.
We're in the space.
We're in the space.
We're in the space.
We're in the space.
We're in the middle of the space bar between the command buttons. That's where we are right now. Okay.
We are. We're in the space.
Yes.
The visuals will come.
It's lonely out here in space. I feel like Sandra Bullock floating away in gravity by myself.
Which theory do you believe in? That's what I want to hear.
I don't know. I've learned to stop believing in anything when it comes to the Beyonce visuals, because you know what? They're going to come if they come. And that's just going to be what it's going to be. The 2 gay Mats will still be here with Brian Stokes Mitchell.
It's true.
Even if there are no visuals, we will all still be here together.
We will.
And that's really what matters, you know?
Maybe the visuals are the friends we made along the way.
Yeah.
She said she likes Ray, Victoria Monet, Chloe and Halle, Renee Rapp, Doechii, Glorilla, Sabrina Carpenter, Please 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 she likes. She thinks
I don't care about who she likes. Look. I care about the visuals, all right?
She likes Chaperone.
Yes, that's great. We all do. Like Beyonce, you're not saying anything. I love all these people.
Look, I'm just trying to give us something, okay?
Whoever was interviewing her should be like, okay, I love that you love these people. Back to the visuals,
Back to the visuals.
Girl. No, really, tell us what fucking happened.
So... she also named Inside Out 2 as her favorite film of the year.
That's great.
Which I agree with. I loved Inside Out 2.
That's wonderful.
I love that we have similar tastes.
Oh, that's good. Look at you and Beyonce.
Very similar.
Love cinema.
Yep, like looking in the mirror.
I wish she made more cinema herself.
Because this past Thursday, we hosted a watch party on Patreon, and we watched Lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
Guys,
oh, that's cinema.
When we talk about
cinema.
Masterpiece and
oh my
cinema,
God.
Lemonade is everything. If you haven't watched it in a while, rewatch it. I think you can only stream it on Tidal at this point, which makes it difficult. But man alive.
I wish when they asked Beyonce, what was your favorite movie of the year? She said, well, it hasn't come out yet.
Oh,
it's something that hasn't come out yet. That would be something, give us something to talk about.
We didn't get a hint that the visuals are coming, but they are. Mm-hmm. Maybe not soon.
That's what faith is, believing in something that is probably not true.
Hey.
That is what faith is. And as Brian Stokes Mitchell says in his song that he released on his YouTube channel, Hope.
Hope.
That's what he was singing about.
Brian Stokes Mitchell has hope. George Michael has faith, and so do I.
Yes.
Because the visuals will be here one day. One day.
Yeah.
Oh. Dave Grohl fathered a baby outside of his marriage.
I love how that's the next story.
We gotta go. We gotta get to this.
You know, I'm glad
I didn't have time for the transition.
It's nice that he's open about that he's like, I'm taking responsibility for this child.
Yes.
Is that what he's doing?
I mean,
I assume because he talked about it, so I assume he's like, hey, I gotta take care of my responsibilities.
He does say, I love my wife and children, and I'm doing everything I can to regain their trust and earn their forgiveness. We're grateful for your consideration toward all the children involved as we move forward together.
Yes, this is very much a plot from Fences, guys.
It also feels like, much like Beyonce making Lemonade, it was like his wife being like, I won't leave you right now if you post about this publicly and everyone knows you're not a good guy. And he was like, okay.
No.
That's how it reads to me.
Okay.
Supposedly, I saw a follow-up that maybe he has hired a divorce lawyer, so who knows if that move worked.
Okay.
But just something of note.
I just wish all children are taken care of.
Yes.
That we are handling this maturely.
And even if this happened outside of your marriage, this has nothing to do with the child. And you should be a father to this child as much as you're fathering the children you had with your wife. You probably shouldn't have cheated on your wife, but that's in the past. That's in the past. We got to live in the now.
We got to live in the now.
We got to live in the space.
We live in the space. We are in the space, guys. We got to live in this, as difficult as the space is.
Yes, we have to live in that space. Oh, speaking of marriages and non-marriages.
Oh, I saw this and I was like, what the hell?
Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez have reunited in Beverly Hills. Amid their divorce, they reunited. It seemed like they were holding hands and kissing. The kids were with them, but at a separate table. But then someone is saying, let's be clear, that was absolutely no PDA between Ben and Jen, not even the slightest bit of touching. In fact, it seems frigid between the two, if we're being honest. To that I say, I want everyone, especially those children involved, to be happy, healthy, taken care of. I never need to hear about this relationship again.
I know. We're getting so many ups and downs from this, and it's kind of going nowhere.
We got to put a period on this. Yeah. I mean, whatever she chooses, good for her. But like, and the thing is, it's not like she wrote on her Instagram, like, I'm going to lunch with Ben. But so it's not really a her fault thing.
Like, it's not like they were out there being like, ooh, let's make news, so it's actually probably not fair for us to even be talking about it, but here we are.
Hey, but to the TMZs and People.coms and Daily Mails of the world, let's stop.
Leave them alone.
Leave them alone. They've made the announcement that they are divorcing. Until we get confirmation from the two of them that there's been a change in that, let them go through the process of this divorce. It's probably painful. This isn't how they wanted their marriage to end up. And I didn't want their marriage as a top story whenever I'm scrolling through Twitter every single day.
Sure.
You know, it's just like, okay,
fair.
I get it. Enough. Which is a J-Lo movie. Is J-Lo in Enough? That's a J-Lo movie, right?
Enough. I think
J-Lo has a movie called Enough.
Okay.
Right? I'll Google it.
I think that's beautiful. We love people getting acting work.
We love acting
work. We love
work.
getting a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's Enough. I'm sure it's a lovely film.
Enough.
Everyone support your local
2002
cinema.
film.
2002, great year for movies. That was Chicago. That was The Hours. That was a seminal year for movies for me.
Absolutely.
Gangs of New York.
Great. Okay.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
A film that I just watched.
Look at that.
Was great.
Full circle.
Lastly, James Earl Jones passed away.
Yeah.
That was hard for a lot of people. Tony Award winning actor, voice of Darth Vader, 93 years old. So like he lived a long and full life. And I hope his family and friends, are supported during this time. It is unfortunate that like the videos that started circulating around the time of his death didn't make him come across very well. But
those were hard. But career-wise, like one of the most legendary voices you could possibly imagine, and just like an insanely talented man. I mean, he won Tony. I think he won Tony, Emmy, and Grammy, and an honorary Oscar.
That's great.
So yeah, and nominated for an Oscar for The Great White Hope,
right?
Which I believe is what he won his Tony for, because I believe it was a play starting off with. Which I mean, just one of the most legendary voices you can even think of.
Right.
I mean, the voice of both Darth Vader and Mufasa, both like the best father and the worst father on the planet.
It's true.
Not even on the planet, in space, where we all live.
We're all in space.
We are all in space.
So
rest in peace to James Earl Jones.
Absolutely. Is there any other news for idiots you want to share with the people?
I don't think so.
Okay, guys, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll be joined by Brian Stokes Mitchell.
Oh, that is so interesting to say. We'll be joined with a famous guest.
Yes, a guest that influenced our lives greatly.
Oh, y'all will hear about it on the interview.
You'll hear about it. All right.
How was that?
Hopefully that worked. Hopefully it all was good for you. We're going to start playing the interview soon, but maybe we'll chat for a second beforehand. Should we chat before the interview? Yeah, let's chat before.
Yeah, okay. Maybe we should chat after.
Chat after?
So we have something to talk about.
Let's do it.
Let's give them something to talk about.
I just saw the video of, I think Britney was in her Vegas residency, and one night she just came out and sang, let's give them something to talk about completely live for some reason.
I love that.
I love it for her.
Good for her.
Okay. All right. I'm going to try to play this right in the channel. If for some reason you can't hear it, you should be able to. But, I had some tech issues before this started. So
I'm so sorry.
Who knows what's going to happen?
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, too.
Should I record the screen?
No.
Okay. So I'll be like, do you want that?
Hey everybody, and welcome back to a very special episode of Two Gay Mats. And today we are joined by an iconic performer and vocalist, and truly a formative artist in both of our lives.
His remarkable achievements include his Tony Award-winning performance in Kiss Me Kate, as well as his Tony-nominated performances in Man of La Mancha, Ragtime, and King Hedley II. He is also the recipient of the Isabel Stevenson Award for his service with what is now known as the Entertainment Community Fund.
And now you can also hear his brand new single Hope, featuring Jason Robert Brown, on his YouTube channel. Please welcome to the podcast, Brian Stokes Mitchell.
You have no idea how excited I am. Brian, how are you?
I'm excellent. Call me Stokes, Matt. Hello, Matt and Matt. And my friends call me Stokes, so please call me Stokes. It's so nice to be on your show. Thanks for having me.
I cannot call you. Are we there already? That we can call you Stokes?
We're there already. Yes. Yeah.
This is so sudden.
We're there already. See how quick it is? Just like that.
All right. This is going to be the moment where I gush, but I swear there's a question coming at the end of this. I grew up completely surrounded by musical theater, grandparents always playing musical theater. There were always musicals on my television growing up, but the very first Tony Awards ceremony I ever saw were the 1998 Tony Awards. And so that is very much when I became aware of Broadway specifically. And so I remember after that night, my brother and we begged our mom to get us the cast recordings of Ragtime and Sideshow. And in the following years, I proceeded to wear the cast recording of Ragtime out. Every day, I would come home from school and listen to the entire thing from top to bottom, stage the entire show in my living room, playing every single role I did. Nice. The opening number where I was all the roles and all the three groups of people spinning around each other. And so you, Stokes, are very much like a formative voice in my development, not just as, a person, but also as an artist. I would say you very much shaped me as an artist. So I want to know, if there are any like voices that you grew up with that you feel like shaped you as an artist and shaped who you are.
Yes, what a great question. And first, thank you, Matt. That's just a huge compliment to me. It makes me feel very honored and old, both at the same time. And I've had a number of younger people and some older ones too as well come up to me, but especially when I hear from folks your age that I've had some kind of influence on your life and what you do. I say, don't blame me. It's a crazy business, but it really does make me. I'm very, very honored that it had my performances and what I did had such an effect on you. And I say, pass it on to the next generation, and I hope you get to light up and inspire the people that are coming after all of us as well. So thank you very much. It's a huge compliment to me. When I was young, actually, okay, I'll go off on like 20 tangents. Get me back off if I get way
we
too
love
far
it.
off.
I want to hear more for that.
Yeah, I started acting when at the ripe old age of about 14. I was raised overseas, and I was involved in music there. I started playing the piano when I was 6 years old and just fell in love with it, played it every single day until probably 18, 19 years old, unless I was deathly ill or something like that. And that was always my place, was music. My brother George was the thespian in the family. I'm the youngest of 4 kids, and my brother John also was acting overseas. And we moved back to the United States. I was living in Guam in the Philippines before that. My dad worked for the Navy. But when we moved back to the United States, all of a sudden I was in a junior high school in the 9th grade. This was in San Diego. My second older brother, John, was in his senior year in high school, and my oldest brother had just graduated from high school, and they asked me, what do you want to take, chorus, band, or drama? And I was so tired of, I was always in chorus, and I was always in band. I played the trombone as well, and I was usually in the pit band playing the piano or the trombone or something like that for my brothers. And I thought, let me try drama. And as it turned out, it seemed like I had an affinity for it. In junior high school, my first scene was Good Morrow, Kate, for That's Your Name I Hear, from The Taming of the Shrew, which I would later win a Tony Award from, which is another story, but about how that happened. It was a mind-blowing kind of moment. But then I joined a place called San Diego Junior Theater. I would go after school to the library and listen to everything. I would check out scores and the records. Back then they were actually records on record players, and I would sit in the listening room and listen to Howard Keel and Richard Kiley, and name any great baritones, especially from the theater. And those are the guys that I would listen to, and I would try to emulate what they were doing. And I learned pretty much the entire canon of American musical theater and some Brit things as well at that time. And so I basically learned from that generation largely of the singers. Alfred Drake was one of them, of course. But I was also raised on jazz. My dad was a big jazzer. And so I didn't realize until much later in my life that the way that I sing is really largely influenced by jazz, because in musical theater, it tends to be a little straighter and a little stiffer, and an eighth note is an eighth note and a 16th note is a 16th note. Jazz is a little bit more fluid, and I tend to sing over bar lines and phrase freer. And that's from my dad's influence, and listening to Duke Ellington and Count Basie and Sarah Vaughan and Ella Fitzgerald and Miles Davis and all of these other people that I was raised on. So I've had these influences. And then my own particular musical influences are very broad, and I'll listen to anything, and I would just learn, and I like to say steal from as many people that I could, singing styles and country music and opera and the world music of all kinds. And so when you hear me sing, what you're kind of hearing is an amalgam of all of those people that I just mentioned and others that I didn't, and all of those different musical styles all put together. So, and I continue actually to learn from the new artists and young artists coming up and listening, and I continue to steal as well.
Oh, completely.
I grew up on pop and R&B music, but then in high school I was like, I want to be in the musicals and like learn about this a little bit more. I went to our high school summer camp, and it was basically we were singing songs from Ragtime and we were singing songs from Songs for a New World by Jason Robert Brown. So when I heard about Hope, and I was like, wait, this is the amalgamation of everything I like, my entry point into musical theater, and I just have to know, like, how did that collaboration come about, and what can you tell us about working with Jason Robert Brown?
Thank you, Matt. I'm a huge Jason Robert Brown fan as well. I have been for years since he first came. I think the first time I heard of him was the very first run of Parade a number of years back. And then I kind of got into everything that he was doing and had written. And I just think he's an incredibly talented, gifted, interesting writer, lyricist. The way the Hope video started, last year, there was a lot of funky things going on. I don't have to tell you or any of your listeners, we've been through some very challenging, difficult times in our country, in the world. We've all been through a worldwide pandemic together. There's been all kinds of unrest, going through Trayvon Martin and George Floyd, going through, even up to now, Ukraine, and what had just happened on the news was the kidnapping in Israel. And I remembered being shocked like everybody else. And I'm thinking, times like these, not just the kidnapping, but everything. Times like these are when artists are at their best. Artists are, in happy times, smooth times, that's one thing. But when times are difficult, that's when people look to artists, because artists have a way of communicating information and opening up a conversation in a way that other people can't do it. A politician can't do it. It tends to be in your face, or a teacher can't do it because it tends to be didactic, and, and you're having to listen to lessons. When an artist does it, you usually take yourself to an art piece voluntarily, whether it's the theater or a museum, or you put some headphones on and you're listening to somebody sing. So already your audience is receptive to whatever that is that you're bringing. And I think that's one of the reasons artists are so powerful and are able to look at Taylor Swift, just coming out and endorsing Harris for president. That's a really powerful statement for an artist to make. So I was thinking, what can I do in this crazy time? It's going to be helpful to everybody. I don't want to just focus on one particular group. We all need help, because then what happened, there was retaliation after Israel as well. And there were a number of Palestinians all of a sudden that were dying, that were innocent. And it was just a terrible, terrible situation all around. It was just a lose-lose situation, it seemed like, and still continues that way, and with many, many things that are going on in the world. And I remember going online and I saw Jason singing this at a concert that it was taped from, I think, the Library of Congress. And when I heard the song Hope, I went, that is the song that I need right now. I just fell in love with it immediately, and I started doing it in my concerts. And then in November of last year, when all of this other stuff started happening, I thought, I know what I want to do. I want to record this song and just give it away. I just want people, anybody who wants it can use it. I want everybody to have it. If somebody knows somebody that needs hope right now or is feeling hopeless, I want them to be able to give it away. And the best way to do it, of course, is online, on YouTube, like the way you guys are doing things as well. It's a great way to reach a mass amount of people. And so I thought, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a video of it. And so I told him my idea. Jason, I just want to record this song. It's about hope. We all need hope right now, and just give it away to people. He said, I love that idea. I want to absolutely be a part of it. And then it became a grassroots kind of thing. Everybody joined me. The place, it was my friend Phil Birch, who owns Playbill. He gave his room with his piano. Dory Berenstein, a wonderful producer and documentarian. I asked her for some camera people, because I was just going to hire some of the people that we use. She said, I love that idea. I want to do it. Let me do it, and I'll supply it. And became this wonderful grassroots thing, because obviously everybody else needs hope as well. And so we recorded this, I think it was the day or 2 days before Thanksgiving. And then I thought, you know what, I want to edit it myself. So, because I've been doing a lot of editing, And but I'd never edited something that complicated because we shot it with 5 or 6 setups of 3 different cameras going at once, and it was really, really complicated. And what I thought would take me 5 days to edit took me about 2 months. And but I was really happy with the way that it came out. So yeah, if everybody goes to my YouTube channel, just put in Brian Stokes Mitchell Hope, it'll take you to the video. And like I said, I'm just trying to pass it out to everybody. It'd be nice if it goes viral too. You know, it would be nice if hope goes viral. Wouldn't that be a good thing, as opposed to a virus going viral or something awful going viral? If it helps you, please pass it to your family, friends, and ask them to do the same.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of like giving out hope and inspiration and inspirational people, you're about to play one of the most inspirational, important people in American history, Abraham Lincoln. We've heard of him.
Yes.
In the 3 Summers of Lincoln at La Jolla Playhouse. So I know that production's not for another few months, but is there anything that you can tell us yet about like the music or the story? And just sort of like, what do you look for in new material as either a performance or as an audience member?
Oh, great question. So, when I'm looking for something, here's the honest truth. I'll tell you secrets. You're getting all my secrets out of me today. People ask me 3 times a week at least, you know, hey, when's your next Broadway show? And I've done, I think, 11 or 12 Broadway shows now, and they're a lot of fun, and they've been great, and I love doing them, but 8 shows a week is really, really hard. And I've also had kind of concurrently a wonderful TV and film and concert career going on, as well as recording. And I kind of got to the place where it was easier to do concerts and more fun, because I could do one concert and make what I make in 2 weeks of a Broadway show. And, you know, it's much less work. It takes up much less time. I can sing what I want. I can say what I want. I can do what I want. It's always different. Sometimes it's with a full orchestra and John Williams is conducting it. And I'm at the Hollywood Bowl. Sometimes it's just a piano, you know, at someplace like 54 Below here in town. Sometimes it's with a jazz band, and I'm doing it with any number of jazz bands that I've worked with. So it's always different. So I haven't been enthusiastic about it. And my pat answer has always been, well, when am I going to do my next show? When the right one comes along. And the right one hasn't really came along, and I thought that it probably wouldn't. And I got a call from Daniel J. Watts, a friend of mine who was the co-lyricist on this and also now the co-choreographer of the show. And he said, I got a show that I've been working on. I'd love you to look at. And I hear this all the time as well. But I love Daniel J. Watts. He's a really incredibly talented performer as well as a writer and artist. And I said, okay. So we went out to dinner, and I met with him and Chris Ashley, who directed me in Sweeney Todd down in the Kennedy Center many years back. And they told me this idea for this show called 3 Summers of Lincoln, about the 3 summers that Lincoln spent at the Army camp, about a half an hour horse ride from the White House. It was a place where he could get away and kind of focus on dealing with the Civil War and slavery and all of these huge issues that were going on at the time. And it's interesting because I learned we've done 3 workshops of the show already. I learned things about Lincoln and the Civil War that I was never taught in school. And it's one of the things that I love about the show is not only is it interesting to learn these new things, but really, really entertaining. And Crystal Monet Hall did the music. It's her first musical, I believe. Never heard a score like this before. Totally unique, new. She's an incredible voice. Joe DiPietro did the script. One of the questions you asked is, how do I pick something like that? Well, I have something that I call my little thing that goes off. And usually when I describe it, I do this. There's a little something that I feel. I said, well, I hope my little thing goes off. And it doesn't happen all the time, but it's never, ever led me wrong. Mm-hmm. And the last time it happened big was Ragtime, actually. And this thing went off. And sure enough, that show totally changed my life. And I haven't really felt it to that magnitude until I read the script and listened to the music when they sent me the script, and I got to listen to Crystal's demo that she had done. And I was thumbing through it and reading it and listening to her music, and got to the last page and I said, crap, shit, damn it, this is the one. So I'm so excited about this show. The other reason I'm excited about it is it talks to what we're going through as a country right now. There are so many parallels of what was happening in the country during the Civil War with what's happening now, with all the divisiveness, with all the, misinformation, with all of the issues that just we're at war with ourselves. And this show speaks to that as well, and leaves you with a sense of hope, which has become like one of my main words since COVID. I thought, I want to give people hope, and I want to give people joy, and I want to be involved in projects that give people hope and joy. And this is one of those. I think it's a spectacular score. It sounds young, it's hip, it's fun. It's also classic. The book is the best book of a musical that I have read in forever. It's quite something. So if anybody is close to San Diego, I think we open it around early February. If you go on La Jolla Playhouse, or look on 3 Summers of Lincoln, online, people can find out all that information. And then we're going to the latter part of March as well. But I hope people come by and see it. And then after that, we'll see where it goes. But I have a good feeling about this.
Absolutely.
But Broadway is mysterious, so who knows?
And we're not a world away from San Diego ourselves, so you might be seeing some very friendly faces in the audience come February, March, because this sounds
I hope so.
New York City Center is mounting a production of Ragtime that's happening at the end of October, which is, I believe, around your birthday as well. And,
yes, it is.
And Joshua Henry is playing the role of Cole House Walker Jr., the role that you famously originated. So what's it like seeing a role that you created, reinterpreted in other productions?
Oh, I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I'm looking forward to seeing Josh do it, because I think he's just spectacular. I love his voice, and I really want to see what he does with this role. Quentin Darrington, by the way, who is playing Frederick Douglass in 3 Summers of Lincoln, was the Cole House Walker in the last revival of Ragtime. Yeah. And so we're going to be together doing Lincoln together. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's funny because the version that he did, which was the first revival of Ragtime on Broadway, I think that was the first time that I had ever seen a show that I had originated, a role that I had originated. I had ever sat in the audience for that and watched somebody else do it. And I thought, oh, this is going to be so weird. And it was weird, but it was not weird probably for the reason that you think it was. The reason it was weird is because generally when I finish a show, that show is gone from my head. I can, unless I happen to be singing the songs in concert or something like that, I don't remember the songs. I don't remember the characters. I don't remember lines in shows or anything like that. And that was true for Ragtime, because this was, 15 years after I had done Ragtime. And I remember sitting in the audience, and the curtain went up, and the most bizarre thing happened to me. Every second that I was watching that show, I had this visceral memory in my body of where I was. And I was thinking, oh, I'm down in my dressing room. I'm just getting my last thing, on, doing my makeup check. I'm about to go out on, and make my entrance on stage left. And literally, it was like, I was like seeing I could hardly watch their production. I knew where I was on stage. I knew what it felt like. It was the most bizarre, kind of almost out of body experience, because it was like all of a sudden hearing this music again, my mind went back to exactly where I was. And like I said, not only on stage, but where I was off stage when I was hearing the music playing over the monitors as well. So it was a really bizarre experience. But what makes me also really happy is that is still to this day, I think, the most magical show that I've ever done. And as sad as I was to see it close on Broadway when we originally did it, I was really happy that the show finally got out to the people, to colleges, to high schools, to community theaters, so everybody could have the opportunity to play Cole House Walker and Mother and Tata and all of the other characters that are involved in that show, and really get a feeling for that. That's a very unusual and phenomenal show in what it said back then and what it still says about our country. It seems to be a theme I've noticed now going through my life. these kinds of shows that come on and have that little magic thing happening is there seems to be some kind of intersection with, what's happening in the world. And I just seem to be, I guess, the right person at the right time to be involved with these productions. And I can't believe my life. Yeah, all the time I say, I just can't believe my life. The good fortune that I've had and the things that I've been able to do.
I mean, that's like how a show lives on, is like not the Broadway production, but the subsequent productions after. And I mean, to me, like school theater was such an integral part of my life and everything. And so in a sense, like you always live on through those productions because you will always be the OG.
Right. We're all doing our Stokes impressions whenever we try to sing Make Them Hear You.
Oh, completely.
And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I know. But you're the goal.
Matt Palmer's always just like, when I play Coalhouse, and I'm always, and he's a pop tenor. And so I'm just like, well, girl, you got to work on your baritone.
I know.
His baritone's a little more Tony Braxton.
Right. Yeah. Than Stokes.
But it's still beautiful. But, a different type of Coalhouse.
Hey, yeah. But something for everybody. Yeah, it'll be a new production, a whole new rethinking of it too, maybe.
Well, the premise of Two Gay Mats is basically that I'm the big pop music fan. He's the big musical theater fan. We've grown to love our respective fandoms, absolutely. But we're also known to love things that are very off-brand or out of the box for us. Is there anything that you love that people that just know Brian Stokes Mitchell, and maybe not Stokes, would be surprised by?
I am so obsessed by Jacob Collier. Do you know Jacob Collier?
I know him a little bit. I feel like he's worked with this artist JoJo.
Oh, man. Jacob Collier is like if Mozart had come back to the planet right now and had at his disposal the tools that we have to make music in recording, in electronics, and in all the different styles that we know. He is a brilliant young musician. He recorded his first album, won 2 Grammys for it. I think he was 18 or 17 years old. I think now he's only 23 or 24 and continues to win Grammys. He did the most beautiful rendition of Moon River, a cappella version. He's just off the charts. I saw him in concert in Brooklyn a few months back, and he travels all over the place, but he is the most phenomenal artist. And now pretty much anybody who's a singer, an artist, just go online and Google Jacob Collier. If you want to see some mind-blowing things, like Google Fascinating Rhythm. He did an a cappella version of that and an a cappella version of Flintstones. That was from his first album that he did.
Okay.
And he's influenced by Stevie Wonder, by Take 6. Oh man, there's so many influences that he has, but he's making it his own thing. He has perfect pitch. He uses music in the most incredible, sophisticated ways, but not in a way that lives in your head. It lives in your heart, and you feel what he is doing. So please look up Jacob Collier, and I hope that your listeners and watchers do the same.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, we don't want to take up too much more of your time. Thank you so much for coming. Is there anything else coming up that you wanted to share with us and the Two Gay Mats audience?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I've got some concerts. If you're in Georgia, I'm in Thomasville, Georgia on the 24th of September of 2024. That's coming up soon. And you can look these up online. Just look at Brian Stokes Mitchell, Thomasville, Georgia, and it'll give you the times and the show times. I'm doing a Henry Mancini concert at the Library of Congress on September 28th with Monica Mancini, Henry Mancini's son. It's his 100th anniversary. On the 22nd of October, I'm doing a concert with my friend Aaron Lazar, who is now being challenged by ALS, and he just came out with his own album. And so a whole group of us are doing a kind of a concert to help ALS as well. I've got The Gilded Age that I've been shooting. I did 3 episodes of that, and that's going to be starting probably early next year is when they're going to start airing those. So I'm recurring on that as well. And what else? I'm trying to think. Oh, and Ragtime. We did a Ragtime concert, and we taped the concert. Mm-hmm. So most likely, it looks like perhaps it's going to be aired on PBS. Look at the Entertainment Community Fund website. There'll be more information for that. And Dory Bernstein did a most exquisite a documentary while we were doing it as well. And that will probably be coming out a little after that, but you'll get to be able to see the concert. It was the one and only time that we have all gotten together since, what is it now, almost 30 years when we first did it. And man, that cast knocked it out of the park. It was like that was another out of body experience. All of a sudden, I felt like I was back listening and seeing them, and everybody is still at the top of their game. So keep an eye out for that as well. And I hope everybody goes and looks at Hope and passes it around and just spreads hope in whatever way that you can in your own life, man, because we can't have too much hope in the world right now.
Absolutely. Completely. Yeah. And I'm excited for the Ragtime concert and documentary. I will be watching it by myself in a dark room, sobbing disgustingly. That will be me. That will be my journey.
That's the way Matt Steele takes in his favorite art.
That's how I take in my Ragtime. You should have seen me in the car driving up. I was listening to Journey on, and I was just like, God.
Well, thank you so very much for being here. You are such an inspiration, and talking to you has been such a highlight of our whole 2Gay Match journey, truly. So we cannot thank you enough. Everybody go to Brian Stokes Mitchell on YouTube. Listen to Hope featuring Jason Robert Brown. It will make your day 10 times better. And thank you again, sir. We love to have you.
Thank you. 2Gay Mats, it's so nice being on your show, and I just wish you and everybody that you touch lots of success and joy and hope in your lives as well. Just keep spreading your goodness all through the world. We need that.
Thank you. We'll try.
We'll do our best.
We're trying. Guys, how were we?
How did we do, guys? Did we flop?
Did we flop?
That's always the question.
Yeah.
I don't think we flopped.
No.
I thought that went well.
That went well.
I thought he enjoyed us.
We looked great.
We looked great, which is the most important thing.
Yeah.
You gotta sit up a little bit. Your little, like, move your chair.
Oh no, I'm cut off if I move it up.
Well, you this is where we were before.
Well, yeah, but we're fine.
You're out of focus.
Oh, am I out of focus?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you so much. How it was fine doing the interview virtually. I feel like in person would be easier, but it's also like I don't have a lot of space. We're in an apartment.
Yeah,
like
we don't have a whole studio, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
Not yet.
Proud subscriber here. Wow. Oh, thank you, Mom.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you liked it. Yeah, we wanted to just, he had a lot to say. We wanted to give him the space to say it. He's such a sweet guy. We just wanted, it was a casual convo between friends. No flops here. I want more interviews, please. Polite request. Hey, if we get people that want to be on the show that we want to talk to, because the thing is, if it was an interview of someone that we didn't actually know or care so much about, I feel like that would come through.
But this was like, I was so nervous, because I was like, this is the most exciting thing,
right?
Like before the live show, I was just like, oh, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. But it's like, oh, interview Brian Stokes Mitchell. It's like, oh, this is so much pressure. I don't know if I can do it.
Yes, this is a big deal. So. Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're going to be doing interviews every week. I don't foresee that. But if, JoJo wants to come on and promote her book, it's good to manifest.
JoJo with Jacob Collier together.
I mean, I guess I got to look up Jacob Collier.
I know.
He was like standing him down. I was like, he's on, all I knew about Jacob Collier, he's on A Christmas Song with JoJo.
Love it.
Great.
Merry
good
Christmas.
For you, Jacob.
I feel like I was watching Oprah and Katie Couric. Yes.
Oh, it's true. Of course you did not flop. That was sweet. I mean, yes. No, we were proud of how well that went. It really could have gone many different directions. There could have been a technical difficulty.
I knew it wouldn't be bad.
But I was just like, is it going to be good?
Is it going to be good enough?
When I was editing
because we're all about quality.
You can tell you were
both. We want to give the people a show.
You can tell you were both invested. That's the thing. Is like at least one of us needs to be super invested.
Sure.
Like if it's like a Big Brother cast off or something, then maybe we'll just have Matt Steele here. And if it's like a Vanderpump Rules person, maybe we'll just have me here.
I'll be nodding my head being like, congratulations on the... I hope you get good tips at the restaurant.
They don't work at that restaurant.
Trump frantically reaches out to you guys to try to gain the gay vote.
Unavailable.
Oh, no, we're unavailable.
We're so unavailable that day. Thank you so much.
Actually, I would love to have him on just so we can be like, you fucking suck.
Yeah, we hate you. I can't believe you
and
came.
see how quickly he signs off.
He'd leave in 5 minutes.
And that would be kind of funny.
We literally hate you. We think you're doing horrible things to the country. Get off the Zoom. You flop. You're ruining our democracy. So only people that we love would we interview. Because I feel like there's nothing worse than listening to a podcast where they do interview every week, and sometimes it's like, y'all don't care about this person. Like you are truly just reading what was on their PR thing, which like we talked about the projects that were on the PR thing, but we also were like, I grew up emulating.
Let's talk about ragtime. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So yay. I'm so glad it went well. And I'm also glad that it streamed on this thing well.
It was beautiful. Thank you, Matt Palmer, for the beautiful edit.
You know, yes, I tried to edit it, and I don't think it was too, like, I didn't want to cut out large chunks of things.
Yeah.
But it was just like certain questions went a little longer, and certain questions just didn't make the cut. There's only so much time.
So you got to give the patrons a little something to see. A little something, something. I fear Trump would try to tell you about cats and dogs.
And I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Trump, only cats I want to talk about is the movie.
Oh, God. And I don't want to even talk about that. I'm 0 for 2 on the cats content. All right. Should we
jump back in?
I guess part 3? What part of this podcast are we in? Oh, I'm proud of us.
I'm proud of us, too. I'm proud of all of us. Everyone here.
Yes. We all did this together.
We're all in this together. Hey.
No.
Okay.
I am now.
All right, guys. You heard what Brian said? Spread hope. Stand Jacob Collier.
Absolutely. I guess I got to listen to Jacob Collier because I had not been thinking about him up until now.
Oh, I mean, we love Jacob Collier.
I guess we do.
He did a Christmas song with JoJo?
Yes, he did a Christmas song with JoJo, and I think that's the only thing of his that I really know about, but I'm open to hearing more because if, Stokes, our good buddy, gives his stamp of approval, then I am open to listening to a man make music.
I know. I know.
It doesn't happen often for me.
That's big.
But I think it's
big.
we've come to the place where, yes, I listen to a man make pop music.
And this is going to become a Jacob Collier Stan channel.
I guess so.
On out.
We'll see y'all next week.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to Two Gay Mats.
We're going to become Jacob Collier updates.
I know. But Matt Palmer, let's give the people some more information they need to know.
Guys, if you enjoyed that interview and if you enjoy us in general, please make sure to go to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and leave us a 5-star rating or review. It really helps us on both of those apps. We want to make sure that this lovely podcast reaches as many listeners or viewers as possible. It would mean so much to us. We do only accept 5-star ratings. So if you have something negative to say, keep it to yourself. Matt Steele.
Yes.
Actually, go to patreon.com/2gaymats where you can get the full version of that interview sometime this week. And also a lot of bonus content. You can join the Discord, meet friends you haven't met yet, etc. Matt Steele.
Yes.
What section of the podcast are we in?
Well, I think we're going to skip Email My Heart.
Okay, didn't know. News to me.
We're going to skip Email My Heart. This can't be a 5-hour podcast.
It's true.
We had a beautiful giant section.
So I assume you're going to not want to skip 2 Gay Minutes?
No, we have stuff to talk about for 2 Gay Minutes.
Had a feeling if we're going to cut a part of the podcast, it wouldn't be this.
But if you want to be a part of Email My Heart, that's the section of the podcast where we answer any questions that you guys might have. You can be a part of Email My Heart next week if you email us at 2gaymats@gmail.com. 2 is spelled TWO. But right now, we are on to Giving Me Moments. Not Giving Me Moments. Oh my God.
Look at
I
you.
almost skipped. No, we are on to 2 Gay Minutes, ladies and gentlemen. And that is the section of the podcast where one of us rambles about something the other Matt doesn't give a shit about for 2 minutes and 2 minutes only. It's usually when I talk about the updates on Big Brother.
I assume that's what's happening today.
This is the first time I haven't written out a scripted thing.
I'm seeing a lot of text.
I know.
Phone.
I just kind of wrote notes, but not a fully scripted thing. So this might be a mess.
Let's hear it.
We'll see what happens.
Are you ready?
Sure.
3, 2, 1, go.
Chelsea won HOH and nominated Kimo and Angela, not knowing fully who she wanted to get out, probably thinking Angela. But she kind of had a nice little strategy of making big moves when she was a voter and not when she was an HOH, where she was like, I'm not going to get any blood on my hands. But then MJ won the power of veto in the most insane OTEV challenge that only lasted 1 round. It's basically a game of musical chairs where you have to answer get an answer to a question that the host asks you and run up and answer, and then they take a spot away from each person after each question.
Okay.
But so it usually lasts 6 rounds. It only lasted 1 round because the first round everyone got the question wrong except for MJ. So it was the shortest OTEV competition ever. And so then MJ was like, yo, Chelsea, let's save Angela and get rid of Quinn. It's the bigger move. So MJ uses the veto on Angela, who breaks the Big Brother record for the person who has been saved by someone else with the power of veto the most times in Big Brother history. She is a fucking legend. Let's all admit it by now. Quinn is dumbfounded, especially because he and Chelsea always worked well together. The House votes out Quinn, which is a dumb move because it leaves the trio of Kimo, Rubina, and T-Core still there. And while those 3 are not good at winning comps, that's a voting block of 3 people who will always vote together no matter what. Poor Quinn is really shocked, not just by the vote, but by the fact that he was greeted by Jerry O'Connell because some other history was made. Julie Chen had COVID, and so Jerry O'Connell, the famous straight man who loves gay reality TV, filled in for her, making it the first time ever of any of the live shows in 24 years and more than 26 seasons that Julie Chen has not attended. Quinn has been the most tragic player in Big Brother history because he is a huge super fan, but he flopped 2 of his HOHs. His 2 HOHs, not only were they totally botched because of dumb moves he made, but they will go down in history as 2 of the most botched HOHs in history. It's so sad. He had a crush on Leah this whole time, and she just finally admitted in this last episode that she has a crush on him right when he got evicted, and he didn't even get to meet Julie Chen in his exit interview. Give Quinn a second chance.
And that's 2 minutes. How do you feel?
I feel good.
Yeah.
I also just... This is last week's episode of Big Brother that I was, last week's week of Big Brother that I was talking about. This current week that's happening.
You were reading the updates while Brian Stokes Mitchell was talking.
I was. And like the person everyone wanted to win HOH, won HOH and is totally ruining it. And everyone is devastating. But that's going to be in next week's 2 Gay Minutes.
Just for clarity, he wasn't reading those updates while we were actually talking to Brian Stokes Mitchell. We played it live while we were streaming this.
Yes,
so if you're listening to the podcast, don't think Matt Steele was doing something else while we were talking to Brian Stokes Mitchell. He absolutely was not. He was very focused.
I was very focused.
Just for clarity. I didn't want any blowback coming your way
during
for that.
the replay, I was checking what was happening. All right, so now, do you have a 2 Gay Minutes?
No, but I have a Give Me Moments.
Okay, well, I have a short Give Me Moments
Mine's
as well.
not super long.
Okay, well, this is Giving Me Moments. This is the section of the podcast where we both talk about what has given us life this week. Usually it's like some sort of content, but sometimes it can be like an actual like physical activity that we did that gave us moments. So do you want me to go first?
No, I will go first.
Oh, Matt Palmer will go first.
Yes.
Matt Palmer. What has been giving you moments this week?
Firstly, I just have to tell everybody who loves pop music, we have a lot of listeners of pop music and viewers of pop music. Guys, the new Tate McRae single and music video is so fucking excellent. I am so obsessed with it. Like, it's the first music video I can remember in the longest time that I can. Like, I think maybe since Normani's Motivation.
Oh, okay.
Like, I cannot stop telling people about this music video. This girl is like if Danity Kane was singing over some like loose era Nelly Furtado tracks.
Ooh.
And the moves are Pussycat Dolls, Britney Spears early on. Like, it's very, very the kind of up-tempo choreographed pop music and music video that really I'm going to respond to every single time. I cannot recommend the song enough. It's very fun. The verses are great. The pre-chorus builds in a lovely way. And then, of course, the chorus is a whisper. Yeah. I am obsessed with this girl. I think she has it. I feel like people have some criticisms of her. But for me...
What are the criticisms?
Some people don't love the sound of her voice.
Get out of here. I love the squeaky.
It's very squeaky.
Oh, I adore it. You know I love a character actress. So I am all about a fun voice.
It might not be for everybody, but guys, the music she has now learned to make after X's and Greedy became such a big hit. I don't need any Billie Eilish light singles, any sort of emotional ballads she can keep in the rarities drawer. We don't need to hear them. I want you on those up-tempos. I want those incredible choreographers working with you on every single visual, because this was like... Remember when Britney did the like Pepsi commercial? That's Roll commercial. That was the kind of feeling I was getting, but obviously a little more Pussycat Dolls wardrobe-wise. You'll see what I'm talking about if you watch the music video. It's excellent. I love the song. It's giving 2006, and that was a great time of music that I think we need to be getting back to. The choreo-heavy shit needs to come back around, and if Normani refuses, much like her friend Beyonce, to put out visuals... Tate McRae's the next best thing we're getting dancing wise, and so I appreciate it.
Because we are not in the space for Tate McRae.
We are not.
We are on land.
We are on the land, and I appreciate being on the land with her. Secondly, I just need to say the new Hulu/FX show English Teacher from Brian Jordan Alvarez is so incredibly good.
Oh, I hear it's excellent.
It is excellent, and I feel like before it came out, I was seeing some comparisons to Abbott Elementary and being like, oh, how is this different than when Friends came out after Living Single? Is this not just like a white version of that? I can confirm as a viewer of both, it's not. It's a very different vibe. It is like single cam. There's no talk. It feels like Abbott is like a successor to like a Parks and Recreation, like feel good mockumentary style, while this is just a single camera. And it's like comedic, but it's like a comedy drama, kind of darker, like a little less bright. The kids are in high school. And I just think Brian Jordan Alvarez has been such an incredible artist. Like, I loved his web series, The Secret Life, I think, of Caleb Gallo. Yeah. It was like 10, 15 years ago at this point, but I was like very...
15
It was a long time ago. It was 10. It might have been 10.
I would say it was closer to 8.
8's close to 10.
I'm just saying.
Anyways, I'm talking. What did Kamala say? I'm speaking.
Oh, yes.
English teacher is excellent, and he is still one of the cast members. Stephanie Koenig, I think, was a co-star in Caleb Gallo. I love that they're still working together. She is so talented, and they have her in every single, like, Tina Fey and Mean Girls haircut to be like, see, she's the teacher, and she's hilarious. I think all of the supporting cast members are really good. I love Jordan Firstman as his ex-boyfriend. I also love Langston Kerman, who is famously on Insecure as the boyfriend that that Issa's friend have. Why can't I think of Issa's friend? You can't remember. You didn't watch Insecure.
I didn't.
Basically, Issa's best friend on the show broke up with this very, very hot guy because he was bisexual, and he is now the love interest for Brian Jordan Alvarez in the school. But because of, television nonsense, Brian Jordan Alvarez can't date a teacher. But there's this very hot man coming over to him and giving him the option. So I just have to tell you that it was a very good watch. I'm always invested in new content for gay adults, and this feels very much like that. And I loved the Trixie Mattel co-star. That episode was so fucking funny, and it wasn't like, oh, we have a famous person, they're going to be doing a little bit of cameo. It was like, oh no, she was like a part of the entire through line of the episode. She had so much a lot to do in the script, which I really appreciated. I like the point of view. I just think it's really well made. It's heartwarming, but not treacly. English teacher is great, and I recommend it to anybody with eyes and a heart and a funny bone.
And a funny bone.
Yes.
We love education.
Yes. So Matt Steele.
Yes.
What's been giving you moments, darling?
Well, Matt Palmer, what has been the number one thing I've been saying about my bedroom since you have moved out of the apartment and I have moved into your master bedroom?
Maybe that you haven't gotten it set up the way you wanted to, like the wall art situation isn't exactly how you want it.
I had not hung up all of my wall art that I had in my possession. It was disgustingly leaning against the walls for far too long.
It's fine.
I'm not going to say the number of
that.
years.
People do that.
But no, you know me. I like it when things are in their place.
Sure.
And so for a long time, I've just been like, my room is a disaster. My room is a disaster. And everyone looks at it and they're just like, girl, this looks fine. It looks fine. But it stresses me out because I feel like I am not home. I feel like I'm not prepared for, life, going to sleep, waking up, bathing, anything, because it's not set up. Guess what I did this week?
Did you get some art on the wall?
It is finally all up. Everything. I moved some stuff around, reconfiguring. You know how there was a bench in front of my bed? I moved that to that little secret hallway that I have with the entrance. None of y'all have seen the bedroom, but Matt Palmer knows.
That's where I used to put the Christmas tree.
Yeah, exactly. That's where when Matt Palmer was in that room.
It looked like a body bag, but it was just a Christmas tree.
It was just a Christmas tree.
Yes.
This is now where the bench goes, where my Carol Channing doll sits with my little stuffed boba that my friend Megan gave to me, and a couple little extra blankets in case I need some blankets. Just the simple, and I also cleaned out a bunch of clothes that were in my drawer, old shirts, socks, so much stuff. Just the act of just cleaning everything out and then setting everything up, doing something that you've been planning on doing for far too long. The fact that it's all done just makes me feel so good. I got a new bed set.
Look at you.
I know, because my bed set was really old, and so I just feel good. I feel ready. I feel prepared to take on my mid-20s.
Well, I think we're a couple years late for that.
Not that many more like a decade more, but it's fine. I'm ready to take on whatever life brings me at whatever age.
You know what you sound like?
Who?
A gay adult.
Oh, God.
I'd watch a show about you on television because that's the kind of content I need.
Thank you so much. What did Lord say? I care for myself the way I cared about you. I don't know who the you is in this situation.
That
could be you.
That was a mantra for me for a while.
It sure was. That's a line that stuck with Matt Palmer for several years.
I think someone before we started recording this podcast asked us what lyrics we'd get tattooed. There was a time where that could absolutely get tattooed because it was my North Star. Because what happened also right around the time that the new Queer Eye came out on Netflix. And I was like, okay, what would Bobby Burke do in this situation? And then we made it look beautiful.
I love that. I love that. That's the lyric you would get tattooed to yourself. The lyric I would get tattooed to myself would be "Never Jam Today." We both have different taste in lyrics.
I think we do.
We do.
We do, and that's okay.
And that's what makes us the two gay Mats, guys.
If we're good enough for Stokes, we're good enough for all y'all.
Exactly.
Well, guys, this has been lovely. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast, especially our first podcast with an interview with a person of the caliber of Brian Stokes Mitchell.
Hey.
Thank you again, Brian Stokes Mitchell, for being here.
I know. Thank you. We love you.
We love you so very much. And Matt Steele, is there anything else you want to tell the people?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, guys, thank you so much for listening. We'll be back next week with more Two Gay Mats, the podcast.
Bye.
Bye.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Brilliant.
See,
Good job,
people love that
everyone.
you're an adult.
They love that I'm an adult.
Yes.
Now. Dina, I am a woman now.
I am a woman now.
Yeah.
Matt Palmer, we see your subtle heart stopper. It's not hatred. I don't hate it. I will watch it when it comes back. I mean, maybe I just shouldn't give my opinions on it because people get riled up.
I saw an interview with someone who was I think it was on The View because Joe Locke was on The View, and I think Sarah was just like, I mean, I watch all of Heartstopper. Who doesn't love Heartstopper? And I was thinking,
I'm happy it exists.
Yeah.
I am. I want everyone who loves it to continue loving it.
Well,
all right.
Yeah.
That's positivity if I've ever heard it. If I've ever heard it. Oh my God. What else is going on, you guys?
Yeah, we doing good.
Everybody feeling good, feeling great, feeling like we had a good interview today. I want to see the English teacher, but that's another thing to subscribe to. That's the thing. And also Hulu upped their price again this week.
Oh, did they?
So fucking. It's like $18.99 a month.
How much was it before?
I don't remember. But that's a lot.
$18.99.
That's a lot.
That's a chunk of change.
I love Hulu, but it's not like it's Peacock. Peacock's my streamer that I'm like, oh, I can't live without you.
Oh, that's Paramount Plus for me. That's because
of course.
Because I'm just binging those Survivor seasons and also the live feeds of Big Brother.
Right.
I just finished Survivor 30 a couple days ago.
Langston Kramer, Molly's bisexual boyfriend. I couldn't believe I forgot Molly's name. Your thoughts on Heartstopper are mine on Tate McRae. Look, I understand her voice isn't for everyone. It really doesn't bother me that much.
I love it. Oh, I adore it.
But imagine her singing songs in which her voice is not the star. Like,
no.
It's not the point of the songs. Like, it's okay.
Also,
I'm okay.
I love it. Like, I don't know. I actively love the voice. I'd rather her voice sound like that than just like basic, nice, pleasant.
Sure. 99 a year from now, 79. I don't know what that is. FKA Twigs' new single is a gag. I mean, I haven't listened to it, but people have been talking a lot about FKA Twigs today, so maybe we should give it a listen. Do we care about what happened to Trump today? I don't. They say the guy was a Trump supporter. Also, Fox News confirmed it. I don't know enough to talk about it.
I don't know.
Glad everybody's okay. Tate really gives me Britney vibes, while Sabrina is very early Christina. I mean, yeah, Tate gives me Britney vibes more than Sabrina gives me Christina vibes.
Sabrina's more songwriter than Christina. Christina's more voice. Yes. We don't have any Christinas.
We don't have
any Christinas.
And it's like the closest we had was Ariana, but she was always closer to Mariah anyways. So what are you guys' thoughts on artists not releasing music videos for their big hit songs? Recent examples have been Good Luck Babe, Birds of a Feather, Cruel Summer.
It is weird.
I hate it.
It sucks.
If that's helpful, like beyond Beyonce.
The fact that Chappell Roan has not put out a video for Good Luck Babe.
Shocking.
Is weird.
Especially because she put out videos for so many singles before she became huge. And now since she's huge, let's use that new budget.
Are singers kind of just being like, there's so much money wasted in a music video and they're not, if the song's like popular, it's not
a hit
really
on
needed.
its own, what's
the point?
You see the music video of Good Luck Babe every time she goes to a festival and people film it and it goes viral.
If like kids are going to share the song on TikTok, dancing to it or something, then like what's the point of making a music video?
Right. When I hear Tate, I remind myself that I have Camila at home. Camila Cabello? I mean, you need to watch Tate.
The voice is a little Camila.
The voice is not a world away. You need to watch Tate to see what I'm talking about.
Maybe Renee is closest to Christina.
Yeah. Fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Like big belts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's more the bubblegum tongue and cheek vibes that Christina gives. Okay. I would love a Good Luck Babe video. I would love it too, but I feel like the song is so huge that it's like, why? Yeah, I don't know that she's going to do it.
Did you see Chappell? Good Luck Babe was originally called Good Luck Jane.
I did see that.
Good Luck
I texted my friend Janie being like, oh, did you break Chappell's heart?
Good Luck Babe is better.
Yeah, it is.
Good Luck Jane. No, doesn't.
Yeah, her co-writer was right to tell her that's not as good.
Yeah.
Beyonce has begun an awful trend. Record companies will take advantage of this awful move. I don't think it's really Beyonce's fault. But it's more that people aren't even like, look at the YouTube numbers. They're not what they were back in 2009 or whatever. And also they're not on MTV. I don't know. It's just it's hard to, when people are going viral just off Spotify playlisting, it becomes less of a need.
Which is so weird. And such a visual time in history when people are like, we want a visual of something. Like the fact that music doesn't necessarily need it.
Right.
Oh.
I know.
I'm not putting that out there.
I can't. I love a music video.
That's
I love
terrible.
nothing more than a music video.
Yeah.
Kamala is a better singer than Tate from what I've seen in terms of voice. Tate's new video gives me I Want to Go vibes with the public nudity and arrest. Thank God she changed it from Jane. That's funny. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, but I'm telling you guys, I've not wanted to rewatch a music video in so long.
It's great. And the dancing, the costumes.
It's great.
She's wearing nothing. I love it.
I understand some people aren't into her, but the thing is, those first singles, I was like, yeah, this is good. She can dance. This is the first one. I'm like, all right, I see what we're doing. Mm-hmm. Like, it feels like everything has come together in a way that
we need that void filled.
We do.
Now.
We need.
Desperately.
And then, Normani, if this inspires you to make a music video, there are many songs on that record that should be.
It's a great album.
It's a great album. I couldn't believe what you said. In the watch party, though, Beyonce
has not released a music video since Formation.
No. We went back. Black was King had music videos. So that's a little different. It was from a soundtrack, but they're still Beyonce songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were they individual music videos, though?
You can go on YouTube and watch music videos.
Individual?
Yeah, you can watch individual.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, fair.
Jesus. Mats, I wish music videos were better. Like, I wish the Wizard of Oz. I saw you and Christian going back and forth on Wizard of Oz.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. I don't think it's because of Beyonce, but I also think once she releases visuals, everyone will get inspired. I believe that. Listen to Sean's song that Isn't That Enough? It's so lush. It reminds me of Landslide. Oh, I love Landslide. I saw that Shawn Mendes put out new music, but I have not really been following it. I watch music videos on my cardio days at the gym. Oh, that's good. Tate makes me feel for Tinashe because she's giving just as much with not as much recognition.
Their music's different, though. Tinashe's a little more...
I feel like she's a little vibier and a little more like... but dancing-wise, absolutely. Tinashe can dance her ass off. I need Normani to drop a video for Take My Time. Absolutely agreed. Yeah. Tate is more straight down the middle pop than Tinashe is to me. Disney paid for the Black King video. Thank God.
I watch music videos on my cardio days at the gym.
Which, makes sense to me.
They get you pumped. Normani, she performing old songs, and I can't deal with her right now.
I saw she was performing, I don't know if it was like an Uggs event, but she was performing Dancing with a Stranger. Great song.
Yeah, but that was 10 years ago. That was...
Everything was 10 years ago, truly. I will... the only good thing about the Fortnite single is the music video. I don't know that I've watched it in full. Sorry.
It wasn't 10 years ago. I was joking, guys.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to come for me in the comments. That was 2019?
What was it? What were we talking
Dancing
about?
with a Stranger?
Oh, yeah.
2020?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe 2019. Most music videos don't do it for me. Jade's Angel of My Dreams was great, but I don't watch them often. Oh, I love them. People who hate Tate clearly hate fun. Tinashe should have gotten a slot to perform with the VMAs. Absolutely. And it's also crazy that Nasty wasn't nominated for Song of the Summer.
That's a big song, yeah.
Nasty and Espresso were the songs of the summer. So I just thought that whole category was weird. And we didn't even talk about Katy Perry's Roar performance winning most iconic VMA performance. Because it's like, guys.
We talked about that in that video.
Oh, did we? Good.
In the reaction video.
Good. Because guys, come on. It's also you're setting her up at this point. Because she did do a good performance at the VMAs, but giving her that award
it just makes it all feel so manufactured.
Yes.
And
it's you're clearly doing this because she's sitting in your audience and she's the vanguard for the night. Let's be serious.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get into Tate, but for some reason she's the only pop girl.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Where something seems awesome. I will say, we love everyone. Don't listen to her album. wait for her.
X's is great. Greedy is great.
Yes.
Those are the only two songs I know.
Wait for the next album. Yeah. Now it seems like we are very clear as to what we're doing musically. Don't listen. I mean, we love everyone.
Which is a normal thing. It's Britney's first album. There are some songs where it's we don't know what we're doing yet. And then Oops, I Did It Again. It was we know what we're doing with this album.
Exactly. It's hey, Sabrina's album is her 6th one. Let people grow into their, breakthrough moment. So Tate's breakthrough moment, in my opinion, is her next album. So, yeah.
Sure.
Maybe you'll find some stuff previously that you enjoy. But will I, in a future bracket video, call it her debut album? Probably. The one that hasn't out yet. Don't listen to the one that's out yet. I'm sorry. Justice for Running for the Hills. Is that a Tate McRae song? OMG, I loved Tate's album. Plastic Palm Trees gets me in my feels.
How many ballads were there? Y'all talking about all these ballads that were on this album. How many songs are there?
I want to say there are 10 songs. And it feels like more than 3 were like ballad or mid tempo.
Okay.
Like I would say those were kind of the only 2 real up tempos on the album. Were Greedy and X. That's what I'm saying.
Ryan Tedder did a fumble with.
Did fumble a little bit with
Ryan Tedder. Doesn't he do mostly ballads?
He did, but he did this new song.
Oh, he did this song?
He did Greedy and he did this song too. It's Okay, I'm Okay.
We love everyone.
I really don't mean to be mean.
We were figuring ourselves out here.
Yes, we all have
especially like in an era where everyone is doing like singer-songwriter ballads.
It's like she's going to get lost in the shuffle.
More stuff, and I'm putting this in air quotes, deep. Like that's like what so many people have been doing for the last several years now. I guarantee you, Tate McRae, who is a dancer, is like, I want to do this, and I guarantee you, so many people are like, no, but like maybe some ballads, maybe that like is what's resonating with the kids now.
And that's one of the things where I am excited to listen to JoJo's audiobook, which comes out this week, because I think she's going to talk about a lot of the record label's influence on like why she's putting out these songs, or like why this song had to sound like this, and like
I would love to hear about that.
Yes, so I by next week, I promise you, I probably will have listened to it all, and it'll probably be my giving me moments. So listen to Over the Influence if you want to know what I'm talking about this time next week.
Yeah.
Also, the following week we're going to be off on the podcast. Just so we're clear, I'm going to Spain. So we are having a podcast recording next Sunday night, but then the following weekend I will be out of town. Not to brainstorm on the channel, but if you wanted to film something with Travis, make a video with Travis. People love Travis.
Yeah.
Mad ass, but I can't live without my ballads.
Listen, we love ballads.
We do.
But if you are someone
dancing,
not designed for a ballad,
right? It's like I love Stick With You by the Pussycat Dolls, but I'm buying the ticket for Don't Ya.
Yeah, we love Every Time by Miss Britney Jean Spears.
That's a great
ballad. But also like when you are like a Britney Spears and you are known for your up tempos, and then you put out that like singular like excellent ballad, it makes that ballad stand out a little more.
It really does.
And feel more special.
Yes.
You know.
I hope you have fun. Thank you so much. OMG Spain, so lucky. Yes, no, it's we've been planning it for a long time, so I'm super, super excited about it. Hey guys, been super busy with work, but I'm able to tune in tonight. I've been dying to know your thoughts on Kesha's Joyride. Oh, we love Joyride.
It's great. It's great.
Absolutely. But I'm so down for a songwriter though.
You're songwriter too.
Oh, songwriter too. Absolutely.
Yeah, we love songwriters.
We love songwriters.
Yeah. We love songwriters here at Two Game Ads. We love people doing like their whatever, because everyone does something different great.
Yes.
We love people who know themselves as artists.
Yeah.
And even if it's not necessarily like a style that I'm personally into, if someone is doing their thing super well and something that's true to themselves, I'm all for it.
I'm all for it too, but you kind of said the same thing about Babylon in that video, and so I have to put a caveat there. Sometimes.
And it's excellent.
Sometimes it goes off
course. Christian's with me. He loves Babylon.
Besides certain parts that he fast forwarded through.
He just closed his eyes a little bit, you know.
And that's why you don't follow up Beautiful with The Voice Within. Well, I think Stripped Era was great. I have no notes for what happened with Stripped. That was a great time.
Lana has inspired too many girls to be sad and write songs.
I miss Girly Choreo and Hair Whip. That's what Tate's.
They're both great.
They are. Has anyone listened to Jordan Sparks' new album? My best friend said it's really good. Oh, good.
Good. Jordan Sparks is great.
You know, I love Jordan Sparks. Walking on Snow, and obviously Battlefield.
Battlefield's a classic.
All 8 of its choruses.
A classic song.
It's brilliant. Speaking of Ryan Tedder, everyone wants to be Billie Eilish or Olivia Rodrigo, and they just have something about them in this generation that nobody else does. And that's the thing, is you've got to find your own niche, and I feel like Tate's really doing that right now. Yeah. They already talked about The Weeknd's new song. Do y'all listen to him at all? No. I actively dislike him vocally, like how you guys feel about Tate vocally, some of you, is how I feel about him. He has some great songs. Blinding Lights is a bop, absolutely, but I'm not a Weekender. No. Babylon is great. Justice for Babylon. Tate is actually doing great for me. For me too. All right, so should we...
Let's bounce, baby.
Let's do it.
Y'all got a lot from us this week.
You really did. We had a whole fucking interview.
We love you guys. I came all the way up here on a Thursday morning.
You did. Yeah. So brave.
I am brave, aren't I?
You are brave.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
We love you.
We love you.